Okay, everybody, this presentation is set up to help you understand the art of giving away free stuff. I don't mean to be flippant. I actually am serious. There's an art to giving away free stuff. You don't do it right, you end up giving away free stuff. You don't get anything in return. So the idea is, in order to give away something for free, is you want to get something in return. Companies and businesses of every ilk have done this for decades. You buy one, get one free. You come in and claim this free thing or whatever, or they'll have loss leaders in their store to get people to come in to do stuff. So they discount stuff or give stuff away for free. Free stuff works at generating business, but done improperly can also just be a waste of time and money for you. And I don't want to do that. So I created the free stuff membership presentation or whatever. I called the free membership ladder. Now, I don't know if that's a really awesome name or not. It's the best name I could come up with. I was very jet lagged when I did this presentation concept. Now, I taught this concept to a franchise owner nearby, and he decided to go try it out at a Marriott this last week. He delivered the presentation, didn't do it exactly how I told him to do it, but it was still pretty good. And I was really happy because even though it wasn't what I would have done exactly, he took out some of the elements and he did the close properly, and he got 100% of the people in the room who were not OsteoStrong memberships to sign up for, do the paperwork on a free membership in his facility, which was, after all, the objective. Now, there's things you need to do to make sure that they convert to a membership later, and I'm going to walk you through that as well. So part one is going to be the actual presentation. It's a 7-step presentation. You accomplish 7 things and you build on it. I'm going to talk to you about each one of those. I know it's hard to read, but I will also have a written form of this as well. So there's 7 things that you deliver, and each of those 7 things has a key, something that you're accomplishing as you build to the close. There are also some warnings. We'll go over those at the end. There's things that you can do to mess this up. So follow along the steps, and I wrote them out as steps like this because I know that it's easier for me when I'm doing a presentation if I can think this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3. And I could soft shoe through stuff too, and I know you guys could probably do that as well. So soft shoeing means when you go off script and you just use your own words to explain something, that could be okay if you're a good soft shoer. All right, so the steps are, number 1 is a single concept, all right? The desire, when we get into sales, there's a couple things. One, we want to just go bleh and share all the features and benefits of everything that we do, and it could be overwhelming. We want to talk about all kinds of stuff. Don't do that. You're going to share a single concept, and you're going to appeal to the emotions of people. The reason why is that any purchase decision that anybody makes in general is based in an emotional trigger first. You have an emotional desire, then you go down the logical trail to justify your emotional desire. We can see this as an example of a car purchase. When I go through to buy a car, I'm looking for a car, but at some particular point, I emotionally desire one car over another. And when that emotional trigger happens, then what I do is I go start trying to logically justify that decision. I call that the big domino. So everybody's got one big domino that falls, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens afterwards. Now, if you have buyer's remorse, if you've ever had buyer's remorse in a big decision like this, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll try to justify to yourself and to others your purchase decision based upon all the features and benefits that you had. You'll ignore the emotional thing. You'll never share the emotional domino reason why you bought something. You'll always justify your decision with all the logical stuff. As marketers and salespeople in our own business, we will tend to go straight to the logic of all the reasons why we made a decision to buy a franchise or what excited us about OsteoStrong, and we'll ignore the one thing that got us truly excited. So the big domino is 2 things. 1, you're not going to oversell all these crazy features and benefits and just go bleh on people. But number 2, it is also an emotional appeal. You've got to make the emotional connection as to why they're doing this first, and then you go into all the other stuff later on. So a single concept, it sounds like this. The emotional appeal that I'm going to be going for is freedom. Okay? Freedom is the emotional attraction to OsteoStrong. Why freedom? Because with freedom, with physical strength and strong bones and good posture and agility and lack of joint and back pain, I'm extraordinarily free. I'm free to do all kinds of stuff. Freedom is the appeal of OsteoStrong. OsteoStrong equals freedom. So here's how we're going to present this. My name is Kyle Zagrodzky, and I'm going to share with you an idea today. An idea that is in the process of utterly changing the world. And when you understand what this idea is, it's going to change so many things about the way you think. The people who've experienced what I'm going to share with you today experience a level of freedom not felt by so many others. The people who understand who not only understand, but actually experience what we do, experience increased physical strength, agility, improved balance, improved posture, reduction or prevention of joint and back pain, and they generally never experience osteoporosis or type 2 diabetes as they age. Now, before I get into this, understand this one analogy. You would not build your house upon the sand. No, we all know that. You build your house upon the rock, right? Well, your skeletal system is the rock foundation of your body. It is the greatest concentration of minerals in your entire physical ecosystem. It is the rock foundation of your body. And when the rock foundation of your body is strong, it unleashes so many other capabilities and also protects you in ways you didn't even know. You see, your central nervous system creates a threshold on how strong your muscles and connective tissue, your ligaments and tendons can be. Your central nervous system will not allow your muscles and your connective tissue to become stronger than what your skeletal system can handle. And after the age of 30, just about every human being is losing between 1 to 2% of their bone density every year. And right along with that decline is our muscles and our connective tissue, which follows with decrease of strength, decreased posture, joint and back pain, and all these things. Strengthen one thing, the skeletal system, and you unleash a level of freedom through improved physical performance of strength, posture, balance, and reduced joint and back pain. Boom. I've created the emotional desire. I've dropped the word freedom 3 or 4 times. The emotional trigger's there. Now people are going, okay, what is it? How does it work? Whatever. Step 2 of the ladder is the how do you do it 4.2. It goes something like this. Now, I actually have the script written out. I'll get that later to you, but here's step 2, 4.2. So how do you do it? We have known for over 100 years, it's been very well researched and known that pressure builds bone density. Okay, we've known that. But the question that was never asked or answered was how much pressure is actually needed to trigger osteogenesis, or the process of building bone, right? Well, a researcher published a study in 2012. It was a very large study with over 1,000 subjects. And interestingly enough, he found that none of his subjects would build any bone density unless they experienced a minimum of 4.2 times their own body weight. You don't need to be a mathematician to know that's a real big number, and it's not something you probably even want to experience. But it was a great study because it destroyed a lot of the myths of what it actually requires to build bone density. We've been told weight training, jogging, exercise, do all this stuff, and these terms are just thrown out there as solutions to declining bone density as we age. And as it turns out, all those recommendations are for naught. They don't do anything. This study showed us that you need 4.2 times your body weight in order to trigger bone density. Sounds like a lot, doesn't it? Stop. That is the end of step number 2. The purpose, the key behind that step is you want to establish that no one else does this. It puts you in a completely different category. You are not a gym. You are not a physical therapist. You are something completely different. Don't even compare me to a gym. No one's even going to say, what if I do a 1 rep max, dude? That ain't going to work. because you aren't doing 4.2 times your body weight, dude. And so that's the importance of step 2. Got it? It is very important because now you've created in your mind a hurdle that they think is impossible to jump. So they're going to be, oh, this is going to be a nice little presentation where I learned some cool information that doesn't apply to me. Well, here comes the hammer. Okay? As it turns out, step 3, I call it hardest to change is easiest to change. And that's step 3. As it turns out, we have developed, OsteoStrong has developed a patent pending system that allows all types of people at all ages, regardless of your physical fitness level, to experience 4.2 multiples of their own body weight and much higher without any injury. And here's the even cooler part. You see, what turns out to be the hardest thing to change about your body, your skeletal system, is in fact the easiest thing to change when you understand the key and have the system to be able to do it, and that's what OsteoStrong does. You see, if I want to go get a ripped beach body, I got to go kill myself 4 days, 5 days a week doing P90X to do it. I don't want to do that. It hurts and it requires a lot of motivation. But with the stimulus needed to trigger bone tissue growth, you only have to experience it for just a brief moment, which means when you come into OsteoStrong, it only takes 7 to 10 minutes once a week, and you do all you need to do. But here's the thing is, it's not 7 to 10 minutes of exercise is going to make you hot and sweaty and make you feel fatigued and sore the next day. It only takes a few seconds, and you're in and out the door. You don't feel fatigued, you don't break a sweat, and you're not sore the next day, but you get all these benefits that unleash complete and utterly new levels of physical capability that I've been talking about, delivering a level of freedom that you can experience that's available to you right now. Now, I've created the emotional freedom. I've created a hurdle that no one else could jump. We are the way to do it. We've got the heart thing going on right here. So I have this arrow, created the heart. That's the emotional desire. I'm all heart, right? But I have this little picture, my rendition of a brain. Now, remember, the purchase decision goes like this, big domino. I want to do it now. I've got the emotional desire. Okay, what is this thing? I want to do it. But the mind needs to be able to logically justify what it's about to do. So the last thing people want is to feel stupid for having made a bad purchase decision. So you better give them the backup so they can go and justify their decision, right? So that's what step number 4 is about, studies and results. Okay? Supporting evidence and validation. That's what this is. All right? Right here, OsteoStrong cracked the code for supporting evidence and validation. And it's the mind. Here we go. The brain. Make the brain happy. Okay, so there was a researcher in the United Kingdom that wanted to understand what was possible with these incredible levels of force that these people of all different ages and body types were getting from all this pressure that OsteoStrong was able to generate onto the musculoskeletal system. You see, there are people, young people doing it, but more interesting, there were people 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old doing this system and reversing osteoporosis. So what does the research say? Well, this guy did a study. It published in 2015, and here's the incredible thing. It was a 6-month study, and subjects in the study saw a 14.7% increase in their bone mineral density in just 6 months. Okay, that is astounding because when compared to 152 other studies on this subject of what builds bone density, what they found is that OsteoStrong dominated the entire field of studies. From exercise, Viplate, weight training, supplements, pharmaceuticals, it dominated. And all these other studies were 1-year studies. And the highest performing one out of those studies were the bisphosphonate drugs, the most widely prescribed classification of pharmaceuticals used for increasing bone density were bisphosphonates. They do about 1 to 2% increase in bone density per year. But you can only take them for 5 years because then the side effects get too risky. With OsteoStrong, we were able to see in the study 14.7% increase in only 6 months. That's effectively reversing the age of the skeletal system in by almost 15 years in 6 months. It's never been seen before at this level by so many people, and certainly not at this age. That's what we're doing at OsteoStrong. But I said before, if you increase your skeletal strength, you're also increasing a threshold in your central nervous system that allows you to become stronger, right? That's what we did too. We went and looked at a 4-year study to find out the impact on the increasing of muscular strength, okay? Strength is something we all want to have. We all want to get stronger. We all want to be able to do the things that we want to do, play with kids or grandkids, or be able to get up and down the stairs, or carry groceries around, or whatever it is you do, hit the golf ball farther, whatever your thing is. We want to continue to do that thing, right? So you want to get stronger. Well, every time you come into OsteoStrong, our system actually is capable of measuring the maximum amount of force output that your muscles could generate. It is a very pure assessment of how strong you are. And don't worry, it's really easy to do and it's no big deal. You hardly even know you did it. But because we're measuring that, we could track it over time. And here was amazing, is over 4 years, 500 subjects in this case study. And what we found is they had a 290% increase in their measured force production or strength. Ladies and gentlemen, that is better than steroids, and it's at people at 52 years old. You would not imagine that human beings could get stronger at 52, let alone 290% stronger. But that's what this level of stimulus is capable of generating by making the skeletal system stronger. Okay, I just went through 2 studies, and I've created the logical justification for the emotional need. Now we're starting to tee up for the close. And it goes something like this. We have a mission, and here's what we're up against. So it sounds like this. There are multi-million-dollar companies with massive marketing budgets serving multi-billion-dollar industries that would have people believe that they are the only solution to dozens of physical problems that people experience that can otherwise be solved by simply having a strong skeletal system. These are massive corporations, and this is what OsteoStrong is up against. There. Now, this takes you to segue into right here, the free stuff, the fun stuff. It makes it easy. So they got the heart thing going on. They've got all the logical thing going on. Now we're going to make it super easy, and we're going to bring it home. And this is how it goes. So you just said, man, we've got some big stuff that we're up against. And here's how it sounds. The CEO of OsteoStrong knows what we're up against. You see, we're just a small group of entrepreneurs and business owners, and we have a mission to change the world. And we have so much faith and confidence from what we see in the system that we're building our house on this rock, OsteoStrong. And what the CEO of OsteoStrong has asked us to do as franchise owners is to give away 50 free memberships every 6 weeks. Why would he do this? Why would he ask us to do this for you guys? And the reason why is this. He knows that this concept is so radical and so new, and you have never heard it before, that the only way you're going to understand how impactful it is on you, the rest of your life, is for you to experience it. So he wants us to give away 50 6-week-long memberships so that you can try it out for yourself. But it gets better than that. Because what we're going to do is we're going to get some baseline markers of physically where you're at today, and then at the end of 6 weeks, we're going to compare those results to where we're going to do all those tests again, and we're going to compare your results to where you are today. And you're going to see with your own eyes the extraordinary transformation that you're going to go through in such a short period of time with the most minimal amount of effort. It's extraordinary. But I have a requirement. Because we're only giving away 50 every 6 weeks, and we are capping our membership at 600 because the CEO doesn't want our customer service to suffer. So the cap on the facility is 600 members. We're only giving away 50 memberships every 6 weeks so that we can continue to bring people on at a healthy pace and not let customer service fail. I will not allow you to have one of these free memberships if you cannot commit to coming into and experiencing at least 5 of the 6 free sessions. You must commit to that tonight before I will allow you to have a free session. And the reason why is, if you can't use a session, please don't steal that opportunity from somebody who could really benefit from it. Okay? Now here's the thing. You've created scarcity. There's only 600 memberships available at this facility, and you've created urgency. There's only 50 I'm giving away a month. So if you don't get on the board with the 50 this month, you got to wait till next month. Now here's the close, and you can mess this up, all right? If you would like to experience strengthening your entire musculoskeletal chain, improving your balance, your agility, your coordination, improving your posture, and eliminating most of your joint and back pain, and you want to do it with 7 to 10 minutes of fatigue-free, sweat-free effort once a week, raise your hand and say, I. You got to memorize that, because that's some strong stuff right there. When they raise their hand and say, I, you say, great. I'm going to hand you guys out each a form. I need you to fill out this paperwork because the franchisor requires us to fill out a certain amount of paperwork every time somebody joins, even if it's a free membership. And secondly, the memberships at OsteoStrong are $199 per month. If at the end of 6 weeks you decide you want to be a membership, want to go ahead and take advantage of these incredible benefits, it's just $199 a month, and it'll start after the end of your 6 weeks. If you decide you don't want to participate in it, there is absolutely no obligation whatsoever. You just have to let us know that you didn't see these results. But we are so confident that once you understand these benefits for your physical body, that we can together eliminate a $100 billion industry that's taking all this away from our citizens in this country and around the world. That's the action that they're taking. Pretty cool, huh? Well, there's some things you could do to mess it all up, and I'm going to help you prevent that right now, all right? So you got some warnings. First one is rabbit trails. Rabbit trails, bad rabbit trails. We don't like rabbit trails. How do you get stuck going down a rabbit trail? It's answering questions. People are going to raise their hand while you're talking, and they're going to say the magic words. Don't give in to the magic words. The magic words are, I just have a quick question. That is such a lie. And they don't even know they're lying, bless their hearts. The reason why is I have people call me all day long asking me, hey, Kyle, do you have just a couple minutes? I got a quick question. And an hour and 45 minutes later, I'm still on the phone. Got it? The same thing happens in a presentation. A quick question leads to another quick question, leads to another quick question, leads to 6 more quick questions, 8 conversations, and then you don't even remember where you are on the channel here. The way you deal with, I got a quick question, a slow question, a long question, or any other kind of question, is you say this. That's a great question. I will answer that at the end. Okay? That's a great question. I will answer that at the end. Okay? And then you're free. Don't answer the questions. Number 2, don't change your offer. All right? If somebody says, well, I can only come in for 2 sessions, could I still have a free membership? Just say, I'm sorry, it's a requirement. You have to come in for at least 5. Don't go, well, okay. Or, hey, I don't really want to go through those little tests you guys do in the beginning. Can I just do it and see for myself if I like it? I'm sorry, I can't do better than free. And if you're going to take a free membership, it is a requirement that you go through the spaceline markers. Well, I heard you guys just gave away a free trial session anyway. We do, but we're getting away from that because we really want you to be able to see the results of what this is doing for your body. And so my requirement is you come in for 5, at least 5. Hopefully you can make it in for all 6. And then we just test you again, show you how much you've improved. If I can show you using your own body how much better you are, you're going to see that this is an incredible value, and you're going to continue to change in ways you've never thought possible, an experience level of freedom that you just haven't had in years. I guarantee it. And if you don't want to do it, if you decide at the end of 6 weeks, just let us know. You never pay anything. There's no risk whatsoever. Okay. The last thing is negative pressure selling. Negative pressure selling, bad. You don't ever want to tell people, yeah, you want to go ahead and do all this right now or get started now because, so let's say, for instance, your memberships are $99 a month. You don't want to go in there and say, yeah, you want to do the 6-week free membership now because next, in 3 months, we're going to be raising our membership prices to $149. Okay? That's negative selling. Listen. just pick your price. If you're going to go do this free membership thing, my recommendation is you raise your monthly rate right now. CrossFit gyms, Tribe Fitness, Orange Theory Fitness, Cycle Bar, Soul Cycle, all these cool little trendy concepts going on out there. You know how much they charge? They're charging between $200 and $300 per month. Okay? They don't even get in the same universe of results that we give. You pick a high price, take the high road. What you have is unbelievably awesome, and you don't discount your membership. And you don't use negative selling. Just say, at the end of 6 weeks, this is the price. If you want it, awesome. You're going to want it because the results are that great. And we're going to show you. You're going to want to be a part of this. And they're like, well, I'm on Medicare. Does it take insurance? Look, we don't take insurance. Some doctors can prescribe it, and you could use your HSA account. But no, we don't take insurance. Sorry, it's not an option. And just drop it. It's not an option to pay for Z Tribe Fitness or all these other whatever fitnessy blah blah blah. No one asks about Soul Cycle. It just is. You want results, we get results. You want freedom, that's what we deliver on an unprecedented level with minimal effort. Put that in your vocabulary and use it. These are maximum results with minimal effort, delivering unprecedented freedom. Gosh, I got to write that down. Okay, that's it. Now I'm going to get into the customer service. You've got these people at your beck and call. They're right there giving you their attention every week. Beck and call is not the right word, but they're there. They're coming into your facility every week. You don't want to screw this up. You absolutely must deliver baseline markers in the beginning before they ever do their first session. If you miss this, you will lose the opportunity to convert these memberships. Understand what the baseline markers are. We have training video telling you how to do these. And I suggest you have a second set of baseline markers for athletes where you make them do more stuff like how many push-ups they could do, vertical jump, horizontal jump, these kind, minimally push-ups, horizontal jump, vertical jump. And then you could add in balance and those other things too. You have to set the baseline markers and you have to schedule their follow-up baseline markers at the end. And you stay on top of them and you make them come and do that, okay? Also, let them know that this membership is going to start being billed. You're going to need their credit card information at the time that you do this. The reason why is you're going to start billing them for their membership fees if they don't tell you that they don't want to do it. Now, you're not going to try to go sneak up on them and do this. You are going to sit down with them after you do their follow-up baseline markers, their new revised markers, and you're going to go with the results with them. And you say, great, just as I said, triggering bone density unleashes you in so many ways that you're more free, have more experience, more freedom. If you want to go ahead and continue this heightened level of freedom and continue to see improvements, even at your age, you can get better and better and better, and we're going to do it every week. Then I want to go ahead and welcome you on board. Are you going to stay with us? And you just smile and put out your hand, you shake their hand, you give them a hug. Woohoo! You got a new member. That's it. Let me take a look-see at my screen here, make sure I'm not leaving anything out on the customer servicey stuff. Well, I might be. I don't know. I think that's everything. And recent open. Okay, that was not it. Almost there, guys. I think that's it. That's probably everything. Okay, so the thing is that you have to know is just this. You've got to understand that the baseline markers are a huge part of it. And after baseline marker, that's the free membership presentation. There it is. Okay. The second part is you have to set the expectations that they're going to start paying at the end, baseline markers, and ongoing education. Okay, so this is the last thing. You guys are already pretty good at this. Just make sure that when they're coming in and doing their session, they understand they're triggering the growth of bone tissue, and that is unleashing all these other things, and that it takes about 4 or 5 weeks for them to start feeling it in manifest their life. But even if they aren't feeling it, you're going to prove it to them in the baseline markers. You're so excited. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you guys are in here. You could do some other things too. You could tell people, normally we would never give away access to the hydro massage bed with a free membership. But that pesky CEO of OsteoStrong, he said that he wants you guys, if you're going to take one of the free memberships, to experience the whole experience of coming to OsteoStrong. So that's what you're going to get today. You're never going to pay a sign-up fee, which is normally $149. You're not going to pay for a month and a half of dues, which would be whatever it is, $199 plus half of that, so $300. And you get full access to the hydro massage bed. You get several $100s worth of free services just by accepting a free membership today. Now I'll take your questions, and that's how you do it. I hope that was helpful.